What's the word, people? It's your boy Mac.
It's your boy Don.
And we back again for another episode of the Mac and Don Show.
With a cup of Joe.
Get
your mind right.
Spiked cup of Joe.
Yes, there's a little something in there.
A little something for this winter night.
Yeah, keep us warm. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What episode number are we on, Don? 20.
I don't know why you always ask me this because I always fuck it up.
I think it's 20.
20 exactly?
Yeah, I think this is episode 20.
We're 20 episodes deep.
20 episodes deep.
How you feel about that?
Oh, man, I feel like we're on a roll. We just got to keep going.
I feel like we should have hit that milestone a while ago, but I'm glad we finally did.
Yeah.
20 doesn't seem like a lot, but in low key, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to get to 20.
Like, I feel like, shout out to Josh, because Josh has been pumping episodes out compared to when we were first putting episodes out and like having hiatuses.
Hey, shout out to that guy. He's going solo.
Hell yeah.
He said he's doing only solo pods.
Only solo after the Mac and Don show, though.
Yeah, which is very admirable. It's hard to do. I think we've had a discussion jokingly about how hard it would be to do a solo pod.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I didn't have you, I don't know if I ever would have started this whole thing.
If we didn't have each other, like, how would we even pod?
If me and Mac were like this, how would the pod ever last?
Right, it's the banter.
You're right, yeah.
And it's admirable to
go by yourself.
Yeah, to go by yourself.
I think it's challenging, and I think that's what's gonna make him better. Mm-hmm. Is that the fact that it's like it's gonna be difficult, but it's only gonna refine his comedy. You know what I mean?
Agreed. 'Cause that guy is funny.
He's
a funny guy.
Legitimately.
Yeah, he's like legitimate.
Mac and Don approved.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Stamp of approval.
So, if you haven't already, listen to Wade's Serial. Get an episode in or two.
Or just all of them. Binge them.
Or all of them.
Just fuck
and subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to that channel.
Cheers.
For all the podcast listeners out there.
I'll drink some spiked coffee to that.
Yeah. Subscribe to all the good Colorado podcasts.
Colorado coming up.
Yes, sir. All right. Long awaited. Me and Don have been waiting a minute to tackle this topic just because last week our guest didn't watch the movie.
Don't look up.
Okay. But we gonna get into it because me and Don, I at least enjoyed the movie. What are your initial thoughts about the movie? And if you haven't seen it already, it's already kind of old. So
Jennifer Lawrence is kind of like
spoiler alert.
Stereotypical like shaved head. Like, she has the worst haircut I've ever seen. Can I start off by saying that she has the worst haircut I've ever seen? Like, she has these bangs, and then she has the side of her head shaved. Right. Her whole hair is red.
Remember when Mark was making that joke about the girl
with the colored hair? Yeah.
That's her. Like,
right. Like, I don't know if like that's because that's the character she's portraying.
I think so. It's supposed to be kind of like your liberal.
That's the worst.
Your liberal. Your run-of-the-mill liberal young lady in her young 20s. He's going to college. You know all those type of ladies.
That movie's low-key a trip because, for one, the first thing I want to say is that's 100% what's going to happen if we ever encounter something that's going to make contact with Earth. There's definitely going to be people who are like, don't look up at the sky, like don't.
Right. Don't yeah. I thought, to me, should we give a synopsis of the plot?
Yeah, I think we should probably tell the people what we're talking about.
All right, so Gonna Look Up is a movie. Came out this year.
Netflix.
Very recently. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Netflix original. But it has a whole lot of superstars in it. So it has Jonah Hill, Jennifer Lawrence. Leonardo DiCaprio. Meryl Streep. I forgot about her. Kid Cudi. Ariana Grande. They have a small part. Tyler Perry.
It also has a small part.
Yeah. Any other big names? I think that's about it.
Yeah. That guy who played the Steve Jobs character, he's kind of like a coming up actor. Okay. He played this guy Holloway in Ready Player One. He played the like old dude or whatever.
I've seen that movie,
and he plays a really funny Steve Jobs in that movie, like where he's just like, "If it takes a pie," you know, he's like,
he's kind of like
your typical like.
It was
Bill
between
Gates.
Like funny and cringy in this one.
Right. I think that's what he's going for. Is just like there's this dude and he's just over the top like CEO, like everything's gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. Right. And then the plan fails and he's like, okay, everybody, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick.
You got to go over the plot. All right, okay. So there's the two scientists, and they end up finding this comet.
Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep. And they end up finding this comet, and they basically see by doing a whole bunch of maths.
The trajectory is going to connect with Earth in like
6 months. Right?
Yeah.
So it starts off in the beginning of the movie. It's 6 months before this. They say it's the size of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
They say the actual calculations, but I was like,
yeah, it was like it was something kind of crazy. It was something like,
so it's huge.
Yeah, it's like
world-ending,
catastrophic
event,
and it's coming in 6 months, and they have to tell everybody about it.
Yeah, they try and tell everybody about it.
I think they go straight to the White House.
Yeah, they go straight to the White House, try to tell the president, and the president just like kind of blows it off. It's we'll sit and wait on it, basically.
And the general was there, right? And he sells the snacks.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to that because that's one of my favorite parts. Okay. And then, so the White House doesn't do anything, so they're like, fuck it, we'll just leak it to the press and see what the public can do. And
the press is like some Fox News parody type deal.
So they go on there and like try and tell everybody, and then the girl ends up getting mean because she like freaks out on it.
Yeah, she's just trying to tell the truth, and then everybody's like, oh, this girl's a spaz or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then they end up taking it somewhat seriously, and they try and end the comet by shooting like missiles at it, by blowing it up before it gets here. And then that gets stopped by this corporation run by this super ultra rich dude. It's supposed to be like an Elon Musk-esque type of dude. And the company name is Bash.
And there's like material like...
Yeah, they find out the comet is like worth a whole bunch of money because it has minerals and a whole bunch of other different things on it.
So he's like, we're going to create some drills that are going to like drill out this mineral stuff prior to us. Like...
Right, so they end up not launching this missile attack that will like for sure stop it.
Right.
And they go with this other dude's plan. This other dude's plan ends up falling through, and long story short, everybody dies.
And like, yeah, long story short, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet.
Basic synopsis of the movie. Now we can get into certain parts.
Yes.
So one of my favorite, I think the movie was, it didn't take itself too seriously, which I loved.
It's satire, right?
Yeah. It was like satire, but it wasn't really satire because it's like ultra realistic.
A social commentary.
Yeah, like it was meant to be a satire for sure, but it's like almost like so realistic. You're like kind of like,
damn, like
damn.
And like I said, it's like that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Right, and like that's exactly the way people would react. That's exactly the way the public would react. The
and
White
like
House
that one dude looks up and he's like, they fucking lied. He's like, everybody's like, don't look up.
That's what kind of stumped me, or didn't stump me, but I was just like, wow, this is like kind of super real, because literally they had like, once you could see it in the sky, kind of like the suspicion sort of went away, but people were still like, they doubled down on it.
Literally like, do not raise your head from where it's at and plead ignorance, and everything will be all right. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's
even
like,
though you could clearly see it in the
literally
sky.
And that guy looks up and he's like, yo.
Right, so I thought that was like kind of true, but or not true, but it was like kind of telling. Yeah, because you can tell someone like something's a straight fact, and they'll be like, nah.
You showed me unequivocal proof, but no.
Right, but at the same time, facts be changing all the time. Like with COVID and things like that.
And it's like the skeptic
wear a mask,
in people.
Don't wear a mask.
It's like
this vaccine is gonna work. Oh, you need a booster shot.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll still get COVID.
It's the skeptic in people that they're like,
right. So
like,
it's like
qualified to tell me anything.
Right. So it's like I'm seeing like kind of both sides. I'm seeing the nuances that this movie is like kind of trying to hint at and things like that.
Yeah.
But I like the comedic relief.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for a reoccurring joke. And that thing with the generals, fucking hilarious.
Bruh. She's like, did he charge you? And like outrageously. Like, it was like $10 for a bag of chips.
Right, you're right. A bag of chips in a water bottle. So the general charges them for snacks. And then they go to get more snacks. And the lady's like,
yeah, they're free.
They're free. It's the White House.
Right.
And then she's like, yo. Like her mind is completely blown.
Yeah, like fucked up about it.
Right. And then the next scene they bring it up, like she's getting high with some teenagers or something on top of a roof.
Right.
And then she's like pouring her life out, and she's like, Yeah, I just don't know why he would
charge us for the snacks.
And I'm like, fuck. I love a reoccurring joke. That's so funny.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to spark up.
We are 10 minutes in. We finna spark up.
Yes. It's probably overdue to be
Yeah, probably overdue, but it is what it is. Just a little something to stimulate the mind, stimulate the conversation.
We're a little buzzed right now.
Yeah,
but
we're already a little buzzed, but...
Don't even pay attention to any of that.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Feeling great on the M.A.D show. What else you going to do on a Tuesday afternoon?
Besides be bricked up.
Being bricked up. Shout out all the guests that have ever been on the M.A.D show.
Shout out all of our mad friends.
If you want to be on the M.A.D show, let us know. 30 times the cheers.
All of our M.A.D friends.
Yeah, if you want to be on, even if you don't know us like that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on the pod.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah. Anyways, any of your favorite parts of the movie? Specific scenes?
Whenever that Steve Jobs guy was like, I know how you die. He's like, you die alone. And he's like, sad or something like that. And he's just like, what? Like,
well, he kind of just proved that. He died with his family.
Yeah, he did die with his family. But that other girl, he's like, you die from a wabbajack or something like that. And she's like, what's a wabbajack? And then,
but that ended up coming true too.
And then at the end,
right,
they're like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, I believe it's called a wabbajack or something like that. And
right.
it's just like,
yeah, I find that funny that how like he was right about the girl or the president, but not Leonardo DiCaprio. We on the gas, ladies and gentlemen. We smoking some gas. That Colorado weed. If you from out of state.
Yes, sir. And if you think California, just a side note, if you think California weed is better than Colorado weed, you are tripping. Fucking tripping. I will take Colorado weed over California weed every day of the week.
Yeah. Shout out Colorado weed. It's also way better than Canadian weed. So
and they used to illegally sell that shit over the border. Like, that's some real shit. Have you seen Cannabis Kid?
I have seen that.
That's fucking crazy movie. So, back to Don't Look Up. I didn't expect it to end like that for Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. I didn't expect the plan to fail with the drills and everything.
I expected that.
He was just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. And then Meryl Streep was like, yeah, I'll be right back too. And Jonah Hill's like, Mom, where are you going? Yeah, where are you going, Mom? It's cool. And then she's on the plane and she's like, fuck. No space on the memory card.
Whatever. I drink all types of coffee.
My boy got the natural iced coffee.
It's whatever.
You know what?
Coffee's one of my...
I just gotta leave it.
Coffee and weed. One of my loves.
Oh, bro. I think about what you said about the morning time. Like, there's nothing better than starting your morning off with a fucking cup of coffee and a little something.
Yeah, it'll have you like philosophizing like
at 8 a.m. Like 7 a.m.
Yeah, it'll have you be
on
like
a Wednesday.
You're the smartest man alive.
Right.
Just out on my porch,
it's the most beautiful morning I've ever seen.
Yeah, honestly.
There's much more to life than this.
There's not much more to life than this.
Fair enough. Beautiful mornings.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's put a button on the Don't Look Up topic.
Okay. Was there anything else we wanted to touch on? What do you think about the random love interest at the end there?
Which one?
Old dude who plays in Dune. He's like, oh yeah, like loves Jennifer Lawrence. She's like, I think we should be together because the world's ending. He was at the grocery store. They're smoking weed together.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like,
I
think he says grace at the end.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, if the world is ending, you gotta get that nut in. Fuck it.
I like how dead serious you fucking are.
And I'm like, I'm gonna nut in you. No condom.
It's like,
we got 6 months.
No consent.
Whoa. No one said that.
My fault. We always ask for consent.
Yeah. I'm gonna just lay it out on the table first. And
even on the apocalypse?
Yeah, and then you could be like, yes or no.
But that's not really gonna sway your
It's the apocalypse. I don't give a fuck.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. What would you do if you found out you only had the next 6 months before the entire world was obliterated and nothing you ever do or did will ever be remembered because it will be completely erased?
I'm doing the most hedonistic shit on earth.
Would you not?
The most hedonistic shit on earth.
Why are other people like going to church?
I'm in the strip club every week.
Motherfuckers going to church on time that Sunday. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that.
I'm hitting East Colfax for the prostitutes. What else I'm doing? I'm doing heroin.
Yeah, I mean, STDs don't matter, right? In the apocalypse.
I'm doing ketamine. I'm doing every drug under the sun.
Bro, I really want to do ayahuasca crystal. Before I die.
Yeah, that too.
You don't want to do ayahuasca?
Shit. That sounds just like a long process. I'd rather do DMT where it's like 15 minutes.
You got 6 months, player.
Yeah, you're not lying. I'm doing...
You can fit heroin, crack, all that shit in there.
I'm traveling the world. I'm backpacking through Europe.
You don't think the planes are going to be crazy? Like, there's no way you're getting to fucking Europe?
I mean, maybe. It depends on how many people believe that shit.
Right. At first, it'd be like a COVID thing, and like all the toilet paper would be gone and shit.
Yeah, you're not lying.
And then 6 months down the line, ain't nobody going to work.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody... Not a soul going to work, I can tell you that. Maybe a police officer or two. There's going to be a couple police officers who still shoot and kill a couple people before.
I'm scamming for the rest of these next 6 months.
I'm stealing?
Yeah.
I'm not even putting in the work to scam, motherfuckers. I'm straight up robbing your ass. Yeah, I ain't scamming you. You getting robbed. I got a gun. Yeah, not words, player.
Don't give us 6 months to live.
Yeah, I ain't doing no pyramid scheme. You got me fucked up. I got that Glock in my Rari, okay? And I stole both of them. Both of them.
The Glock and the Rari.
You think I give a fuck?
Yeah, man. Don't give us 6 months to live. I'm literally... doing the craziest shit alive. If catch me in Vegas or something.
It's different if like you got cancer.
In Dubai.
You got cancer. You're the only one dying. Like your actions have consequences. You know what I mean?
I'm still doing all that shit.
Sure, you might do some heinous shit, but you're doing the real. That real brass tacks.
Yeah.
When you find out
everybody. No, because when everybody's gonna die, they're on the same shit.
Right. And nobody's gonna remember.
They're like, let's get into some shit.
Cancer, it's like, oh, my grandbaby's gonna see me. You know what I mean? My girlfriend's gonna think different of me. Like I want to leave a legacy behind for the people that, you know what I mean? The world blowing up. Everybody fucking.
Yo, imagine you got cancer and you tell your girl, I got 6 months to live, and she's like, bye.
Low key, there's this movie called Looking for Someone for the End of the World, and it's with
Seth Rogen and
this is the end.
No, Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where the dude gets cancer and his girlfriend's cheating.
No, that's like Just Do It or something.
Something like that. Okay, which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about Steve Martin. He's in The Office, right? He's the
that's
boss.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell, my bad. So Steve Carell is the main character.
Okay.
And then there's a love interest who's his neighbor, but he has a wife already. Straight up leaves his ass right away.
His wife?
Yeah. She like goes silent in the car, like they hear it on the radio, like the world's gonna end, this and that. And she straight up gets out of the car and runs down the street, and it's just like a funny moment, but low-key it's kinda like accurate. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that shit would happen. And then he meets up with his neighbor, and him and his neighbor, she's like a woman or whatever, like closer to his age or whatever. And well, it's important because she's the next love interest. She's the actual love interest,
gotcha.
and they go through the apocalypse together and try to figure it out. They end up like spoilers dying at the end, kind of similar to like This Is the end.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. Gotcha. It's kind of similar, just a little bit more of a comedy and like. But yeah, it's Steve.
I also like that part in Don't Look Up where she's like immediately after she's like, I need to get high. And that one part where Leonardo DiCaprio is talking about the Xanax, he's like, yeah, I'll take like maybe a half or a third. And then she like snatches it out of his hand, takes the whole thing, and he's like, you should be careful with that. It's like, yeah, you should be goddamn careful.
Tell me why I was thinking of you. Tell me why I was like, my boy Mac know all about this shit.
Remember that time I was like, yeah, put it under your tongue, and you were like, I should have never done that.
Yeah, that was one, the highest I've ever been like that. So you know I blacked out for hours.
God,
and then
I feel like a bad influence. To
me, not everybody. It's like when I hear Max say something, I'm like, he's goddamn right. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there like, this man knows what the fuck he's talking about. You know what I mean? Someone might be like, I'm not listening to that shit, but me, I'm like, I'm influenced by your word. You know what I mean? But that was also the nastiest shit I've ever did.
Yeah, I think I did that once too, and I was like, why was I telling Don to do this?
I didn't even have a drink or anything.
Yeah, I was like, why? And I think someone else told me to do it. I think
Yeah.
Maybe allegedly
somebody
the person that I got them from was like, yeah, put it under your tongue. And just
was it a small blonde person?
I don't know who it was. Okay. Anyways, transition. All right. Should we button up? Don't look up. Let's give it a rating.
I'm kind of I was kind of tying that other movie into Don't Look Up, like the apocalypse. I feel like we're kind of buttoning it up with like what would you do as the apocalypse? But what were you saying?
I was gonna say let's give it the movie a rating out of 10. Okay. Like, what do we think? I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
I'll give it a 9.
It was a little long.
It wasn't a perfect movie.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect by any means. But
Jennifer Lawrence's haircut was fucked up.
I think she's still pretty cute though.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. You got me there.
I don't know.
For a white woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
A vanilla dumper.
And I was saying that in my head, but I was like, no, I shouldn't say that.
You don't want things to get racy now, do you?
No. I don't want to close the door for any white women. Hit me up. Anyways.
Or Hispanic women, for my boy Mac.
Don, you know me.
He's not, he doesn't discriminate, only against, fat women.
Got a fat bitch in my basement. But I don't feed her.
But she's starving. Because he don't show her no attention. He don't pay her no mind. That's why. My boy Mac does 2 things. He doesn't play any games. He don't pay no fat bitch no mind. I'll tell you what. Except for one time at the Big Sean concert when he got manhandled by a large woman.
Oh, God.
Good God.
God.
I was there.
I don't even want to talk about that. That gives you, like, PTSD.
That was crazy. I've never seen a woman move through a crowd like that. like moving through a school of fish. You know what I mean?
Like she had her highs
as a great white. She was like Moby Dick. You know what I mean? Like all the other fish were like, I don't want to fuck around with that motherfucker. He's got scars and shit. He's got Captain Ahab on his ass all the time, trying to harpoon him in the yazoo. You know what I mean?
That was a good show though.
Moby Dick?
No. The Big Sean concert.
Oh, yeah. I was like...
God damn, we're on the gas again.
I was like, is this a Netflix show?
Is this a Netflix show? No,
what show? Yeah, that was actually probably one of the better concerts that I've ever been to.
I think so,
admittedly.
His set was really dope.
And that... I don't know if you remember this, but he had like a little monologue in the middle, and he was like, we're all like-minded people, and that's why we're here, and we like the same things, and we're kind of on the same vibe, and we all made the same decisions that led us to this position. So and he was just kind of like preaching on that, and I was just like, I know he was just saying like some basic ass shit, like just saying the truth, but I was just vibing with it so hard. I was also high.
This man is preaching.
I was pretty high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because. Not to give out any names, but
allegedly
there was a bunch of friends of ours who had brought pot there, and one friend we almost killed was there. He got high for the first time there, and then that's Kenny. Shout out Kenny. Yeah,
we got my man Kenny high as fuck for his first time.
We don't have to bleep your name out because you're a certified mad friend.
Yeah, you're a certified mad friend.
Any guest is a certified mad friend.
Yeah, if you've been on the pod, we can speak on your name.
Yes. You're the homie for life.
We got Kenny high for the first time.
How many times did we get people high? That's a good question.
Shout out our friends. That was a good time. Speaking of good times, me and Don are gonna go see Snow Like Girl. I'm gonna put that out there.
We should do that.
Yeah,
we should do that.
We should do that for sure. That's not till April time, I think, though. But it should be a great time.
Springtime.
Oh yeah,
my favorite time. Yeah. It's starting to warm up.
Yeah,
and the flowers are blooming.
Yeah, it's been fucking depressing as of late.
What's your favorite season?
We've been over this.
Yeah, is it right around your birth month?
Yeah,
I think that's a commonality. Is like whatever birth month you have is your favorite season.
Yeah, because even Jalen said he liked the summer.
Right. He was like a July baby.
Yeah, June or July, something like that. July.
It was a J for Jalen.
Yeah, my guy.
Shout out another mad friend.
Yes, sir. It's all canon. It's the Macadon canon.
It is the Macadon canon. This is the lore. This is the Macadon lore.
Yeah.
If you are a true Macadon fan, you'll be deep in it.
Right. If you're the true Macadon fan, we make references to our last pods.
You probably know everything about us, to be honest. If you are a fan of the Macadon show.
Right. It's you're like
like a best friend.
Yeah, to be honest. As soon as somebody's like, I watched the pod, I'm like, best friends for life. I'm like, honestly. I'm like, you subscribed? I love you.
Yeah,
I love
hell
you.
Yeah. Shout out our 58 subscribers.
Shout out.
Subscribe if you made
you
it this
liked.
far.
I'll go down on you. All right. At this point.
Hey, you heard it first.
We got monetized too many times. All right. So
you heard it here first.
And Mac. All right.
This is gonna be like when
I'm ringing Mac into this.
This is gonna be like when Charlamagne said that if Tekashi gets off, he'll suck his dick.
And then it actually happened. He said, "I'll suck his dick." I'll suck his dick. Like, why are you betting people that? Why are you betting other people you'll suck this man's dick? He's like, who raped your sister? He's like, nah, I don't want to talk about that. Sorry. Oops. Transition. Ooh. Ooh. And Charlamagne's always like, what? like he didn't just say the most out of pocket shit.
Well, I mean, if you watch the whole interview,
right,
you see that before he was talking about his sisters getting raped.
Right. And so he was just like,
next logical question is, well, who raped your sisters?
How'd your dad kill himself? Was he?
No,
I can't say it. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not funny. That's not funny.
I mean, it's actually really funny. All right. Back on topic.
I'm asking him that one.
Back on topic. How'd you feel about, you listened to Weeknd's album, right?
Yes.
How do we feel?
Strange. I feel really strange about this album.
Let's give it a deep dive, a good review.
First, 1 out of 10?
Let's give the rating at the end.
Okay. So
just overall thoughts. Favorite tracks, maybe.
Let's say I'll start with the album art cover as him as the old man. It's different, but I think it's funny. I don't know if he's going for funny, but the overall vibe I was getting from the album was like this like synth 80s like magic sword type vibe.
I was getting that too.
And I you know what I did like?
What's that?
The radio.
I like that a little bit. In my head, I was like, I don't know. Do you have any other like deeper thoughts other than that one?
The radio thing, because it's talking about the afterlife, and it's like, we're transitioning into the afterlife. You're listening to Dawn FM, and he's like, it's like these.
I didn't think about that.
It's like a radio thing, you know what I mean? And he's doing the Mac voice almost, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
is that him? Is it, or is that someone else? I think that might be someone else.
Yeah, it's somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was talking about whoever the voice is, but yeah, I don't know what it was. I was just kind of vibing with it. I can tell you right now, my girlfriend does not like it. Skylar, she wasn't vibing with it, and she didn't want me to listen. She's like, all right, next. But
what kind of music does she like usually?
She is partial to Cupcake. Have you ever heard that song? Help me, fuck me, Daddy wanna make me choke.
You're not being serious, are you?
That's her favorite song. That's like her. Yeah, Cupcake. It's like her favorite songs are like.
I'm not even gonna comment on that. All right.
It's by girls. You know what I mean? Songs that are by girls. So it's like City Girls. She likes. Doja Cat. You know what I mean? But honestly, who doesn't like Doja Cat? You know what I mean? Like I wasn't gonna comment on it today because there was a group of girls talking about it, and I didn't want to comment on it. But I can spill the tea with you since I'm with the homie. No homo, no. But she's obviously got some really good bangers. You know what I mean? Not to stray from what we were talking about the Weeknd or anything, but like she's got some radio hits that are obviously like gonna get like millions of views. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. I hear it all day and it's pretty annoying. You know what I mean? But it's also not for me. You know what I mean? We're learning.
Shut up. That's growth right there.
Your boy is growing. After the backlash we got. Just kidding.
I don't think we even got any backlash. It was just
no. We haven't had we don't have enough momentum to have backlash.
Yeah, because I've said some crazy shit.
Can you imagine one day we're gonna be like affecting politics potentially?
Yeah, we're gonna be like young Joe Rogans. Imagine
people
Joe
are
Rogan
gonna come into us.
Start potting till he was like 40.
And how early some other people can start and be successful.
All right. Back on topic though. Okay. Weekend. I didn't catch that theme, although makes perfect sense now that you say it. Let me preface anything I say by listening to it once through, and that was on my way here. So
you listened to the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The beginning,
you know what? I haven't listened to it all the way through.
Yeah, I listened to it all the way through.
I've listened to bits and pieces of most of it because I kept having to skip or
Gotcha. See, I was. So the album starts off pretty rough for me, honestly.
Okay.
First tracks all the way up until the the Creator track. Even the Tyler track, I was like,
not his best work.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not fucking with it. In my head, it was way too poppy, and that's why I asked what kind of music she usually likes, because I'm like, this isn't really my vibe. Usually, I like something a little more grimy or
fair enough.
I don't know.
And you didn't think Sick was grimy? Kind of like classic Earl?
I don't even know. Okay. I feel like with Weeknd, I can listen to it one way through and maybe get an opinion, but with Earl, I probably gotta listen to it a couple times before I get on here and shit on one of my favorite artists of all time. You know?
Fair enough. You got me there. But, so the Weeknd in particular, what do you think of him as far as his prior work? Let's say not.
I'm about to get to that.
Okay.
Let me get through this point first. So all the way up into the Tyler Creator track, I was like, fuck. I was about to turn it off. I was literally about to turn it off. And then I'm looking at the track list and I see the Tyler Creator feature and I was like, I can't turn it off yet. Let me get through this part and then let me see what Tyler's talking about. In my head, I was like, I can't skip this one. So I could get to that one. I'm like, dang. Even Tyler's
too poppy, you said?
I think the entirety of the album was too poppy for me personally, but trying to be objective here. The Tyler verse was kind of buns. Not my favorite at all. Cheers. Boom.
Dink.
But then after that, it goes into the Best Friends track, which I fuck with.
Okay.
And then it goes into another track that I fucked with. And what I liked about a lot of the tracks is they all seemed, how do I say this? They went together. Sometimes I couldn't even tell
the transition. Yeah.
Yeah, the transition was fire. Sometimes it didn't even seem like a different song. It was one long song sometimes.
Right. And then it was the second song would be a little bit of the first song, and then it kind of it does that transition.
Right. So I listened to it one way through, and sometimes I was I was sitting here thinking damn, this is a long ass song.
Right, but it was
fucking
three separate
songs. It was 3 different songs.
Damn. So.
And I was okay, so basically the first half, I was no. I was literally about to turn it off. I was I'm not fucking with this.
You say track 4?
4 or 5, something like that. And then after that, the Tyler Creator song was the last bad song, I think. Or not bad, but the last song I was ugh.
Still not fucking with it.
Right. And then after that, it goes into a track called Best Friends, and then another one Are You Seeing Someone Else or some shit like that?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Those 2 tracks were right next to each other, and I was okay, now I'm fucking with it. And then it goes into the single. The single on the.
Is it Dawn?
No,
it's not Dawn, is it?
No. I was listening to it. I was I think I've heard this before. It must be the single. But I was fucking with that too. It had a great bass line. And then all the tracks after that were top fucking notch.
Yeah, so, and it's an Angelina Jolie breakup album, right? Him and Angelina just had
they were together? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
I know, right? Ooh. That man's a savage. Sometimes I wonder if he swings the other way, though. You know what I mean?
Those dudes always get the bitches.
Yeah, they do.
Prince.
Fair enough. Michael Jackson.
I was just about to ask you, you have any more thoughts on the album?
It is kind of Michael Jackson-y. Do you pick up Michael Jackson vibes at all? I can't think of the exact track I'm thinking of, but I'm that does low-key sound like Michael Jackson. I can see why people are talking about it.
Yeah, I was just about to say he gets compared to Michael Jackson a lot.
Is he the next Michael Jackson?
I don't know if I want to say is he the next Michael Jackson. I want to ask.
Reading your thoughts.
I want to ask you. Are you familiar with Versus?
Versus as in
This is the series versus. Okay.
It's like two artists versus each other? Or what?
Yeah. Okay, if you're not familiar, I want to ask you about the verses. Okay, who do you think is the better artist, not bigger? Who do you think is the better artist? Are you well versed on Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
Let me think. Cool. I mean, he just got so many great hits.
Right. But now that if you think about it, Weeknd's got some great hits too.
Right.
And he's like, they're both like kind of artists of the generation.
Michael Jackson was just way bigger. Like The Weeknd still hasn't achieved a fame that Michael Jackson had achieved before he had passed away.
Think so? I think Weeknd's like pretty fucking big. He's like not my cup of tea.
Right now, yeah. Even at his peak, like when was his peak? Like 2012?
No, I think his peak is now.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he's at
as far as fame.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
so.
I think like 20. You're thinking like Wicked Games type shit, right?
Yeah.
House of Balloons, all that shit.
But like, is he worldwide renowned? He's not like Thriller renowned, where there's like Asian people wearing a fucking red jacket and a sparkling glove.
Is it too early for this conversation?
Because of the Weeknd's catalog? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. I think that the Weeknd has potential.
Why do you think we can? Okay, let's switch up the conversation. Why do you think we compare Weeknd to Michael Jackson so much? Because I see everyone on the internet do that.
They make songs that just universally everybody likes. You cannot tell me.
I think they honestly have a similar voice.
Okay, they do have. I do hear it. You know what I mean?
Like a higher register,
right? And it's like upbeat, like you know what I mean. But Weeknd's thing is like the depression thing, not like he's depressed, but like in your feels type shit. Versus Michael Jackson is like, I'm trying to think of that one song where it's like, Beat It, Thriller. They're all like just beat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
Beat It's got that good ass.
What's that other song?
Guitar solo on it.
Where he's like, woo, and it's like,
I know.
It's like, I can't remember the lyrics. No. It's. I don't think it is that one. I don't think it is Black and White. But I know what you're talking about. That's where it's like, and then it's the kid, and it's like,
yeah.
But it's like in Rush Hour. It'd be better if I had a phone, but it's in Rush Hour. It's but he's like, woo, and it's like,
I think they're honestly very similar as far as
they just make universally good hits. Right. That's what it is. It's like music that everybody can fuck with. Right. You, me, black, white.
Yeah, I mean that's what it means about. I think that's what it means to like really be like a pop star.
Right, and you just come out with bangers, banger after banger after banger. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Michael Jackson has a bigger catalog, and he traversed the world, spreading his music. He was like as big. I want to say he was as big, if not bigger, than Freddie Mercury. You know what I mean? And he carried himself like he was.
Yeah, I mean for sure. Like Michael Jackson's the GOAT. Like you can't take.
Right,
like,
right. It's like the Michael Jordan LeBron debate. You know what I mean? It's like a similar thing where it's like,
yeah, I can see that.
It's like,
all right. You can't compare nobody to Michael Jackson. Is what we're saying.
To be honest,
yeah.
Especially where the Weeknd is at right now. Like he's famous.
I just see these comparisons on the end. I'm just like, let's talk about it.
But like, also, why are you speaking on Michael Jackson? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't have his hologram like walking around. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean,
they're gonna do that shit though. Did you see that part in The Brilliant Idiots where he was talking about how you might die, but your profile in the metaverse can like live on as you? That. Mm-hmm. That's like some Black Mirror shit.
That is some Black Mirror shit.
Not to totally derail our conversation about music.
Okay. That's okay. I think we buttoned it up. Okay. Let's
rate it at 1 out of 10 really quick.
Yeah, 1 out of 10. I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't want to say 6.5. I'm between a 6.5 and a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking 8.
Maybe I'm gonna have to listen to it a couple. This is off one listen. Maybe I'm gonna have to listen to it a couple more times.
I'll give it an 8.
The things I did like was like the seamlessness. Sometimes I don't like that, but with this particular one, I thought it was really dope. And then it was just because the last half of it was good, and the first half of it I was like,
It's that synthy, like it'll just be a beat for like the whole song. Is that what you weren't really fucking with?
No, that's what I was fucking with.
I felt like that was the beginning though. It's like it was just like the whole, hella like 80s.
The whole part. The beginning I don't know. Maybe the beginning it was too synthy and too poppy.
Right. That's what I mean. It was like
there were some tracks at the end that were like that, but they were more like they had more like guitars, like electric guitar
and random ass monologues. Do you remember that? Like
yeah, for
radio,
sure.
The radio one. I thought that was interesting though. Like
a
lot of people
I didn't see what that tie was until you mentioned it.
I can see what like Skylar sees as, and I can see what you see. You know what I mean? As far as the album goes, you know, but I kind of just like the upbeatness of it. It's just kind of like
almost what I'm not liking. It's almost too upbeat. It's almost, I don't know how to even explain
intense.
I feel like at the beginning it was like, to me the whole album sounded like a movie score, first of all, and then secondly I feel like the beginning was like a how do I explain this, like it was trying to have like big moments, like it was trying to have like big, like, and
it never climaxed.
Yeah, exactly. Like it exactly.
You never finish.
It was never like had like a over like
the edging process.
Yeah. But at the end, there was like songs that like I don't even know how to explain it, but they had better, like there was bigger moments at the end of the album than there were at the beginning. I feel like it was like kind of just like long and boring at the beginning, but whereas it had the same process.
I agree with that. That's accurate as fuck. Because that's what I mean is like those long, just it'll be nothing but the synth and like just whatever, like nothing's being said. It's just like, and then it'll be a random ass like, this is Dawn FM. Thank you for tuning in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. DON FM. This is Dawn FM.
Yes, sir.
The Mac and Dawn FM.
But then like towards the end, like some of the songs like were like.
Yo, we should call this.
Moments.
We should call this episode Mac and DAWN.
Okay.
Mac and Dawn.
I like it.
And then we can crop our faces onto the old guy.
That'd be kind of funny.
I could do it really good. I can color match and everything.
All right. Okay. So Don says 8 out of 10. I'm gonna say
give it solid. I think he's just good at making bangers.
6.8 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough. I might go down to a 7.
Fair enough.
I think I like 7 better. 7's a holy number.
Next time we'll have to talk about Earl. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit more listens.
Okay, that's fair.
Earl's a little bit more close to my heart than The Weeknd is.
I thought it started off strong.
I listened to a couple tracks, and after a while I was like, man.
My coworker was talking shit about Earl though.
I mean, I can see where people can talk shit about Earl, but if it's your cup of tea, he's that guy.
Yeah, fair enough. He said, quote, he tries too hard with his beats. Like, he's doing too much.
I can see that. It depends on what beat. If he's produced by Alchemist, fire. Every time.
Yeah.
If he's produced by himself.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Although he does have some really good tracks that he produced by himself on Doris and I Don't Go Outside.
I don't like shit.
I don't go outside. He had some self-produced tracks on those that were really good.
Faucet?
I think so. I don't know.
That's my favorite song.
I don't know. I know he's produced a couple of those tracks on there, and those are some of my favorite ones, especially on Doris.
See, for The Weeknd, I loved the trilogy. The trilogy is my favorite album by him still to this day. Wicked Games, fucking.
Yeah, I'm about to say some tracks.
There's a couple like dual ones where it's like party. It's like
Party Part 1.
Yeah, or something like that. I can't remember, but
yeah, I remember.
High for This.
Yeah.
You gotta be high for this, and it's just like I remember being 13 and just being like, I feel exactly what this man is feeling.
Yeah, I feel like.
But it might be the nostalgia. It might be.
It might be. No, I feel like some of those songs definitely hold up to this day. I feel like
he's good at making those universal tracks.
Right, for sure. I feel like he had like a niche, like you said. The niche back then was like the
depression, right?
Yeah, a little bit like that. And now his niche is like a bigger sound, like refined beats, things like that. It's like it's less airy, more poppy. Like all those songs you're talking about are like real airy and like
Yeah, like
I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say.
Sing-songy in a way.
Well, his songs now are definitely more sing-songy.
Right.
But it's like...
But like back then it was like the melody.
But I'm talking like the production.
Oh,
now it's like way like bigger. Whereas then it was like a little slower.
Right.
Airy. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I think that's why the money disconnects you. I think it takes away the intimacy. I think that's why... I think
you just like a rack to this way.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta hammer it home because I know you don't feel.
It's like I kind of feel it, but it's like I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I just feel like the money changes things. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Jack Harlow, I love some of his old tracks. I'm not gonna fuck with you. Like I can name.
You were on Jack Harlow early. You and Brennan.
Me and Brennan. Yo,
you were driving me home like forever ago,
showing you tracks like Dark Knight and shit like that. Like I can name tracks, hella tracks from his old shit, but like everything he does now, I'm just like cornball. Like I cannot fuck with this dude. Like I just don't know what it is.
He's actually kind of funny.
Right, he's funny for the clout on Instagram. Yeah. I like he can make funny responses, and I can do that too, and I'm not famous, so I'm bitter about it.
Let me ask you a question, bro. You got a problem with clout?
I have a problem with being corny for clout.
You got a problem being corny for clout. Is it corny though?
I think it's corny when it's like forced, like he's reaching for me. You know what I mean? Because
he's trying to give you the old reach around.
Yep, exactly. And it's like, okay, I hate to say this, but how is he famous? But I'm not famous. And you're not famous, and things like the Mac and John show aren't just famous. You know what I mean? Like this man from Kentucky is like the next up and coming but Kentucky rap artist.
I mean, but to your point, how many projects did he put out before he really got like popping? You know, he's obviously put some work in.
Like 3 or 4 projects, and they were all fire. Not gonna lie. Not every track on it. Obviously, I'm not like sucking this man's dick or anything. Like, there's
You're
a bunch
of giving him the reach,
right? Exactly. I would never. How dare you? Especially not Jack Harlow. Give me some class, okay? Take me to dinner first.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, like he had a really good catalog, in my opinion. But you might not feel the same. You know what I mean? I don't know how. Like, I feel like it's not that difficult to be famous. You know what I mean? And somehow he's just in this pipeline that's he gets on tracks, he does this, he does that, he's like hanging out with famous people.
One other. I'm sorry. I know first of all, sorry to interrupt you.
It's cool.
And very sorry to backtrack, even because we buttoned up. But when that Lil Wayne verse came on the Weeknd album, I was fucking lit.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was crazy.
That was like one of the highlights.
The features were pretty strong. I mean, because
Tyler created. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
It's hard. It's hard. I gotta listen to it again.
But even the production on that song was fucking buns in it. If Tyler's on the song, I expect the production to be. Sorry to touch you.
It's okay. I like kind of leaned into it.
If Tyler's on the song, I expect the production to be like top fucking tier. Like I expect to hear some not some crazy shit, but I expect to hear some some real good production.
You know I hear you.
On that track,
do you feel like The Weeknd has weak production?
No, I feel like he has like high quality production. Just that song in particular, and also not my cup of tea. Like, don't ask me about no pop tracks.
Fair enough. Frank Ocean.
That's soul.
Look it up. It's pop. Look up Blonde right now on Apple
soul
Music.
Album. The fuck?
It's under pop under iTunes.
No. That's a soul album.
Do you want me to look it up right now?
I don't care what Apple Music says. That's a soul album.
It's like people who constantly like live their lives by the Bill of Rights. You know what I mean? It's like that shit was made by people who didn't even have plumbing, bro.
Yeah, who the fuck is running Apple
boring
Music?
ass
Fuck
white
those
dudes.
Guys. Yeah,
boring white dudes.
Yeah,
that's what my coworker called George Washington and Abraham Lincoln today because of President's Day. She's like, why should I have to take the day off because it was some boring ass white dudes?
I mean, those dudes had it on and popping. Imagine getting killed while you watching them. What was he watching?
Dude, I had them cracking up today. Yeah, he was at the theater watching like a movie, but it was like they do plays.
Yeah, imagine you're just sitting there enjoying your time. And the ops come up to you, blow your head off. That's some movie shit. That's some crazy shit.
She said that they actually George Washington and Abraham Lincoln remind her of the Muppets, right?
What the fuck?
The old dudes who sit up on top of the thing and they talk shit about everybody. You know what I mean? They're on top of the theater or whatever. And she's like, they're on top of the thing, and I was like, yeah, but not Abraham Lincoln, though. I heard he hates theaters. Or something like that. And everybody just started fucking cracking the fuck up, and I was like, yeah, we shouldn't be fucking around with theaters, bro. That's where you get fucking murked, apparently.
Get this man on stage. Yeah, that's what those people at Aurora said, too.
Sorry.
Watching Batman, trying to enjoy their lives.
Are you going to watch the new movie? The new Batman?
There's a new Batman?
With Edward from Twilight.
I don't know. I think I'm good off DC movies, honestly.
I'm
good off superhero movies.
For everybody watching right now, I'm gonna show Mac the trailer right after this, and he's gonna change his goddamn mind.
You might be right. Did we have we were having a conversation before I interrupted about the?
Yes, and I can't even remember slightly what the fuck we were talking about.
Okay, let's take a transition.
That's fine.
All right, some of our favorite shows are coming back in the next month or so.
Snowfall's coming back soon, right?
Snowfall's coming back, and Atlanta's coming back.
And Atlanta. That would be dope.
Let's give our thoughts about what do we
expect?
Yeah, what do we expect?
Recap of both of them.
Yeah. I can't honestly remember the last thing that happened in Snowfall. I remember Auntie gets shot.
That's not when he throws the cane, or is that earlier in the season?
I think he does. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everything's coming back. Okay. Auntie gets shot. They solved the stuff with what's his name? I want to call him Stacy because that's a character you played on The Wood. But what's his name? The crazy dude that was coming after them because they killed his. Because God damn. What's the other Leon? Because Leon killed his daughters. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking the bear.
Yep. Stabbed his ass to death.
Yep.
Anyways, they wrapped that up. They solved that beef.
Crazy, bro.
But what's her name gets shot.
What is her name? It's been a minute. I need to rewatch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I might rewatch it here soon.
Yeah, me too. So Auntie gets shot. But then she gets better though, right?
Yeah, I mean
Franklin confronts Melody and is like, "Don't be speaking on my name." Because she leaked the shit with the reporter.
Right.
Oh, Teddy and the what's his name? And Franklin's dad. We don't know if they didn't conclude that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They left it open.
Teddy's like,
Do you think Franklin gave the drop on his dad to what's his name?
I don't know how it's gonna play
Teddy
out.
McDonald?
I think so.
Teddy Mac.
I
think that's my favorite character.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna say that.
Even though Franklin's up there, I think Teddy Mac's my favorite character.
You remember when he ate all those cigarettes, like when he was on the date? That was like the first time you see him, and I
don't remember that.
He takes the ashtray and he eats the ashtray so he can throw up so they can go home.
I don't remember.
Dude, the man's a master of manipulation. That shit is fucking crazy.
I fucking like that guy. Well,
anyway, when he hostages fucking Leon and
when he has to kill his partner because he's up to some fuck shit with those dudes.
Yeah.
When his brother dies because those dudes kept giving him coke.
Yeah.
Woo! Snowfall's got some crazy
that was
shit.
Fucking. Yeah.
He ends up dying later.
He was all fucked up because he did it that was fucked. That was really fucked up.
But you think Franklin gave the drop on his dad? To Teddy? Freddie.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a misdirect. It's like a what's that called? What's that called? It's fucking in football when you're running the fake. You know what I mean?
A play action?
Yeah, I guess. I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but yeah, like
a trick play type shit?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like a misdirection. I think it's a red herring. You know what I mean? I feel like they have you focused on something they're gonna do a twist on.
Yeah, I think they have you focused on just the fact that Teddy found his ass. Yeah. But you think it's just because Teddy's a CIA detective type dude. But Franklin, but fucking Franklin's got beef with his dad because he gave him up to the reporter.
Right, that's why he was gonna just go ahead and give him up over to Teddy.
Yeah, but he's let him go. I don't know. I think okay. What do you think? Any storylines you think are gonna be up in air? What do you think? Any predictions about that one specifically? Just Snowfall?
Leon. But Franklin, badass. That scene when he fucking throws the cane.
Oh yeah. Right after she talks to Melody, like, hey,
yep.
them
hey,
shots,
bitch.
them shots weren't nothing.
Yeah, hey, bitch. We ain't ever fucked.
That's like one of the ultimate betrayals. But she did kill his dad or her dad. Like,
yes, he did. But she doesn't know that. She has a hunch. She doesn't know that for sure.
Okay. Any predictions on storylines? Anything like that? You think something with Leon? Because Leon doesn't even want to be number 2 no more.
Right. I don't know.
He's
I feel
like
they're
not shit.
They're not gonna get rid of him. So there's something going on there.
The real that's what it is. They ended it with Unc and what's her name wanting to run their own little thing.
Yeah.
And not wanting any parts of Franklin's business.
Do you think that's Unc, or do you think that's his? Or do you think that's?
I think that's both of them. I think they're both
really
sick of it. Yeah. And you remember they got their own shit going.
But I feel like
in the South.
Yeah.
They got that cousin that they're moving the crack to.
I bet Unc is gonna turn his back on.
I think Frank. You know what I think? I think Franklin's gonna. How do I say this? I think Franklin's gonna basically try to cut them out. Like, they're gonna become enemies. It's gonna be like
I feel like
against Franklin. Like, they're gonna be like that's gonna be the storyline of the thing. It's like we're family type shit, but like Franklin's ruthless as fuck.
Yeah,
and it's always about his money.
Yep.
And he tried to tell him to stay, and
it's
they
like
were
the
like,
Civil
nah.
War. It's the Civil War.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that type of shit. Ooh, I think that's the storyline.
Yeah, fair
Save
enough.
this. Save this.
Bookmark it.
Okay.
In your calendar.
What do you think about Franklin Saint as a character, as far as anti-heroes go? Like, what is that called? Like, how do I explain it? But like Tony Soprano,
Joker, right?
Yeah, Joker
like,
a little bit.
You know what I mean?
What's Bryan Cranston? What's his name from Breaking Bad?
It starts with H.
Heisman. No, not Heisman. Heisenberg.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm trying to say? Where like the character's like a shitty dude, but like there's like a name for this character trope, but like he's like kind of a shitty
anti-hero.
dude. But
I feel like
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's completely right.
Yeah, like
but
Venom would be like a
but like where they like start off with good
Deadpool,
right? Where they start off with like good intentions type shit,
right? But then they end up like their moral compass just sways,
right?
You know what I mean?
So what do you think about Franklin Saint as that type of character?
Him in particular, I feel like
because
it's one of those things where you're missing the point if you're looking up to them. Like,
okay,
I feel like
that's very nuanced of you to say.
You know what I mean? But like the Joker, people like look at him
like
and it's like you feel bad for him, and then but you also feel like you can
it's
be
like
him.
A cautionary tale.
Right, exactly. But instead, people take it as like
I think
a rule book to live by, or like an autobiography of their own lives. They're like, this is me, and so I need to get back at the world. Or Taxi Driver type shit with Robert De Niro, where he's like abuse has gone on for too long. I need to get my body in shape and like all that shit. It's like I think these people look up to them, and then you miss the point because it's a cautionary tale.
I don't know. I think Joker and Taxi Driver are a little bit different though, just because they're like they're supposed to kind of be outsiders kind of, but with like the ones I'm talking about, like Tony Soprano, and like they're kind of like the main they're the main character, but they're like
but you're rooting for them.
Right,
you know what I mean?
For them.
Like you're on their side for sure.
And Joker and things like that, like you're not rooting for them. You're almost kind of like, dang, I just feel bad for this guy.
Right, but not Franklin. You know what I mean? Not Tony Soprano. Right. I see what you mean there.
I think the probably the best comparison to Franklin would be what's his name from The Godfather? Michael from The Godfather. Have you seen The Godfather trilogy?
you know what? This is probably bad for me to say on camera, but I haven't gotten around to seeing Godfather, and I know I should. It's just I just know so many parts from it just inadvertently.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, just from tropes. And
right,
like
exactly.
That.
So it's like, you remember that meme I sent you where it's like, it was Stromae, but Stromae's a
Is that first dude we listened to in class?
Yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna ask you that when you sent me that track, and I'm like, that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, but he has the ponytail now. You know what I mean? And like he is no longer he.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
I see what you're saying.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Okay, transition. Okay.
Saving me once again. Thank you.
Oh no, that was a joke, cause transition.
Oh, because he's transitioning. Oh fuck!
It was like a double joke.
That was so big brain. That was like 3D chess. I was playing regular chess and you were playing like quantum chess.
I must have autism. Anyways.
Why are they so smart?
I would compare Franklin to Michael Corleone because they first start out and they're kind of like goody two shoes types.
Yeah, almost that polo wearing
right.
like.
And then there's something
white collar.
And then there's something where they just kind of have no choice to just get in the game type shit.
Right.
And when they get in the game, they're like, if I'm
there is a choice. There is a choice. That's the decision I make.
A little bit, yeah, because of that one episode where it has like Franklin's double life. Remember?
Right. Yeah. Or it's like
where he's like a
regular kid.
Yeah, where he's a square.
Yeah.
He gets kicked out of college, goes back, gets a job, gets robbed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, crazy shit.
Yeah, it's like
that in one of those first episodes when that dude gets raped.
Oh, dude. Hey, bro, when you first told me to watch that shit, I was like, I remember I came back to you bewildered after that. Bewildered. And like, he was going to go beat his ass. I was like, yeah, he's beating his ass. And then he's like,
you think he is?
He's not beating his ass. He was not. He was beating his cheeks.
Oh, God.
I was like...
That's a legendary scene, honestly.
And he fucking robbed him. Straight up robbed him. He's like, called him out and everything. That was the decision he made.
Really fucked up those first couple bricks.
Right, exactly, bruh.
But
he was unreliable as fuck and still landed a CIA agent.
Right. But my point is, like, when they chose to get in the game, they were like, all right, I'm playing. Like, when they chose to get in, they're like, all right, I'm playing no games. Like, it's all or nothing.
Right.
I'm going balls deep.
Right.
Type shit. Like,
yeah, you have to.
And they just straight up changed.
Like, and even Unk is like, I'm impressed with you, nephew. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just like, I want to get in on this shit, too.
And they become, like, super ruthless. Like, their families, like, start turning their back on him. Just like in Snowfall.
His mom, right away.
Yeah, his mom.
And his dad.
Yeah, like in fucking Godfather, his wife says she has a miscarriage, ends up actually aborting the baby, doesn't tell him till later. Like, fucking crazy shit. Like, his whole family, like, he ends up killing his brother because his brother... gives out information to his ops, basically, and the ops basically try and get him, but then he dodges the assassination.
Right.
He finds out his brother gave him the drop. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to kill this dude.
Right, like, you got to. That's like literally, Scarface.
Right, you're right.
Like, you fucking my sister?
Right.
It's like, you fucking my sister.
Right, so, like, the whole family dynamic, like...
But they were in love. God damn. They were in love.
In love.
For real.
In love. All right. I'm excited for that one. Next one is Atlanta. How did the last season of Atlanta end? Do you remember? I don't remember.
Fuck, I can't.
It's been a minute.
I just remember bits and pieces. Was that the Rainbow Piano season or no?
Is that the? Yeah, I think so. Is that the like horror episode? Because I love that episode. That's probably my favorite episode.
Bruh.
Ever.
Childish Gambino as that white dude fucking blew my brain.
I don't think that was Childish Gambino. Was it?
Remember I told you that? I already told you that.
Was it him?
The weird old white dude? That's Childish Gambino playing that.
That's wild.
Yeah, bro. But you know who called it? My dad. He walked by. He was like, "Oh, that's that Donald Glover guy from Community."
Interesting.
And I was like, "Yeah, that is." I looked it up.
That is.
Isn't that crazy?
That's one
the
of the
method acting.
That's got to be up there as far as like best episodes of TV or something.
Yeah,
like
skits or like it's almost like a Key and Peele skit where he's like,
but it's it's not even
a glass of water.
But it's scary.
Yes,
that shit is not funny.
It's like Jordan Peele.
Yeah,
Get Out.
Yeah, it's
Us.
That's
scary.
like the only thing I can compare it to.
Right.
It's that like top tier. Like you're like the whole time
this
you're
white
in,
dude is
the
scary
whole time
as
you're
fuck.
in easy.
And then he finds his brother in the basement, and he's just fucking all wrapped up.
The whole time you're
shit.
like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, dude, get out of there.
Yeah, I'm like, bro,
get out of
what
there.
are you doing? As soon as the water shit happened, he was like, he like replayed it. It was like, get him a glass of water. He's like, oh, I remember. And he like goes and comes back with like some like fucked up water or something.
Yeah,
I would have been like, excuse me, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think that is the season though, but I can't honestly
remember what happens after that.
Remember like how it ends.
Is that when
they have that one Drake episode I like where they're in Drake's.
She's like, oh, I need to get my social media is weak as fuck or something like that, and it's like it's somebody's
like,
album.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Girls' Night Out or whatever. Because what's his name?
Oh, is that the season where she takes the diaper and she gets fired from her job?
No.
And she puts it on the condom.
No.
That was the first season.
That was the first season.
Okay.
Really? That was
crazy.
I think that was one of the first or second episodes.
That happens with her job.
Okay.
But I remember they have that fight at the bowling alley, right? They have like that, like
they do something and they break up,
right?
And then
it was like in a bowling alley or something, a function.
I really can't remember.
And then he goes over to that white dude's house, and the white dude's like super fucking racist or something like that, right?
That's still the first season.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why can't I remember the second season?
I think we're coming up on season 4. I think this next month is season 4.
What season do they go around town and like he's like, oh, we'll just sell these dogs and it'll take like 3 to 4 months, and then like later he's
That's the first season.
Here's the dog money. Like,
yeah,
that
was the first season.
All of the first season.
All those scenes you're talking about are the first season.
I don't believe you.
Except the horror type episode, that was the third season. The third season. Tell me if you remember this episode where they go to the college for Paperboy's supposed to perform, and they go to the college and they have those racist ass white dudes. And
it's really not ringing a bell.
That's a good episode.
That's probably my fault.
Well,
I'm trying to think.
I'm just excited for Atlanta because
I just can't remember what the last thing I saw was. That's all.
I remember those are the 3 episodes I remember from season 3. Is the horror episode,
right?
The Drake episode.
The Drake episode I remember.
And what was that one I was just talking about? Oh, the one where they go on the road trip to a college and the white dudes start acting crazy.
Okay.
They're like white dudes with Confederate flags, and they like invite them in, and then they start like just dancing in front of them. It was kind of like, and they were naked. They were dancing in front of them naked. Yeah, it was kind of fucking crazy.
What's up with Dave and Atlanta being like that? Like
I think Atlanta.
shows?
I think Atlanta is just it has like a surreal like part to it, right. Whereas Dave is just trying to be like really super funny. With Atlanta,
is the testicles of the face being funny, or is that being like autobiographical?
I think it's like trying to be like out of the pocket funny type shit.
Oh,
but with
real out of pocket.
Yeah, but with Atlanta, it's trying to be like it's like a different type of funny. It's supposed to be like
a different kind of
like
surrealism.
It's supposed to be like philosophically funny.
They both
like you know how Childish Gambino is. Like his comedy's like
dark,
weird.
Whereas
Same Dave,
with Lil Dicky though.
Yeah, his is weird, but just like out of the pocket weird. It's like Dave has like a little bit more of the hanging fruit type of jokes that we always talk about.
Testicles,
which are funny, hilarious.
Testicles hanging.
You know what I'm saying? But
grab those testicles.
It's just different.
Yeah. Like, what about that scene? Like the last episode of the first season of Dave, and like he has to kill his younger self or something like that.
That was That falls like under one of those like higher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the shit.
That's the surreal one.
Right.
That has the same surrealism.
I feel like that would be our lane. I feel like you and I would have like a surreal lane. Like if we lead into like bits and skits, it would be shit that would just be like,
you know because we love a good mindfuck.
Right.
If it was like Black Mirror and comedy.
Mad mindfuck. It's a mad mindfuck. But yeah, it is comedy. It is funny, but like you could also do like the surreal part where it's like
where it's like we can blend comedy with Black Mirror type shit.
Yeah, or even be a recovery racist. You know what I mean? Some people don't think that's funny. I've
What?
Yeah. So like.
Fair enough.
Right, but it's just like the.
Oh, I should have told Brennan about that.
Like whenever I say something like that to Skylar, you remember I said like the light skin joke or whatever, and she's like, Mac did not think that was funny. I did not think that was funny. Neither of us were laughing, and I was like, I guarantee you that Mac thinks that's funny, and it's probably because you just gave her one of those looks where you're just like. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, fair enough. I didn't think it wasn't funny.
Right, exactly. I only do things to make you laugh. It's purely for comedy.
You know I love a good laugh.
Yeah, I feel like, and I know what you think is funny.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm just like, I'll lean into something, and you won't even be facing me, but you'll just be like fucking just peel out. Like,
yeah.
That's what yeah.
All right. Did we put a button on whatever topic we were talking about? Oh, Atlanta, snowfall.
Oh, yeah.
We're excited to see him. We can't tell you the last thing that happened on Atlanta just because it's been so long. Maybe if they would pump out more episodes.
Jesus Christ, I feel like I have to wait for forever for
Atlanta. It's been a minute. I feel like that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro, that's why I can't remember it.
Right, I was watching Snowfall just this time last year.
Right, yeah,
so
fair enough.
They're pumping that shit up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just like the M.A.D show.
Yes, sir. All right. Any other topics? Should we wrap it up? We're at an hour and 12 minutes.
Not bad.
Yes, sir. Episode 20.
Episode 20 for you, baby.
Yes, sir. All right. Anything else? Should we wrap it up?
We touched on all the usuals, right? Music, movies.
We did. Music, movies.
At least we're consistent. We're consistent.
They know what they're coming. They know what they're coming for.
Yeah, you should always know what you're coming for. All right,
sir.
You come and you go. All right,
you come here for the laughs.
You come all over the M.A.D show if you want. All right.
Yeah. God. You guys are lucky. Shot. Yeah, you guys are lucky that I got through that Weekend album. I was ready to come in here and shit on it.
Fair enough. Until
I saw that Tyler track, and I was like, all right, I gotta listen through to that
Tyler track.
One
more time.
And then I was like, fuck.
All right, one more.
And then I was like, fuck, this Tyler track was buns. But then it transitioned to that other track, and I was like, kind of feeling this one?
Is that your word of the week? Is buds?
Yeah.
Buds of the week. That's what we need.
Oh, yeah.
Just some shit that was straight buds.
It's like Donkey of the Day.
Right, exactly.
Buds of the week.
But we got some buds of the week. Today was my job. If you ever decide to do what I do, you might not even know. But don't.
Everybody knows Don.
Nobody knows Big D. He's mysterious.
Mysterious D.
Mysterious D. That's a sex move you could use in the bedroom.
Yeah, like ghosting.
Like ghosting. Calling in your buddy.
That ghost rapist.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get that guy.
Ghost sexual assault. God damn. Where's Waldo looking at us?
Oh, God. Alrighty. It's been another week with Mac and Don. We appreciate anybody that's listening.
Thanks for tapping in. Always tap in.
Oh, yeah.
Love you guys. Expect great things from us.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back next time. Make sure you subscribe if you made it this far.
Two homeless guys in front of a dumpster fire.
Yeah, we're just
smoking crack and doing heroin.
Mac and Don Show, the only podcast where there's two homeless guys in front of a fire with microphones.
And we do heroin. Black tar. Right in the tape.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Hey.